Hello, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at World Trigger 142. I was planning to do the Boruto review, but to be fair, a lot of it is like the movie. We'll be doing a review potentially tomorrow, but mainly about the initial part of it, so look forward to that. And if you want me to really do the review moving forward, let me know in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get into the World Trigger review. So, bearing in mind where we are right now, we've got the Kotori fight with Osamu, and we've got the Kakizaki fight, or Kakizaki fight, as in his team, versus Yuma Kuga, right? For the most part, the Osamu Kotori fight, nothing really happens because he's got them backed up. They're double thinking everything. Kotori's lost a leg. The other one's not sure what to do. They're not sure how the mechanism works and what to do with the spider situation. So that's really out of the way. For the most part, this chapter was all about Koniharu Kakizaki. So we find out a lot about him, and there's a lot of internal dialogue. So bearing in mind he's lost an arm, he's already struggling. He wants to create a situation where Fumika can basically get through and take on Chika. And that's the idea of this chapter. He does create some time, and he does kind of keep Yuma Kuga at bay. Yuma Kuga stabs him, but grabbing his arm, Kakizaki shoots him. So that's a summary of the chapter. That's not the most important thing here. I mean, apart from the fact that he's dug deep and he stayed in there, and possibly he's taken out the main character for that team. Possibly. It's not guaranteed yet, but that is a key element. But what was more important in this chapter was the internal dialogue, the backstory, seeing his motivations, and seeing how he felt responsible for the other members of his team. So we see a flashback with him, with Jun, and they're dealing with the media and what would you do in certain situations. You can tell Jun is a lot more kind of composed in that situation, and you can see from a Kakizaki standpoint, he's very, I guess he hides away from the social or the kind of the interviewing side of things. He wasn't really there for that. Maybe that's not one of his strengths, and he's not really always able to get out words. He's a very cautious individual, and there's commentating going on in this chapter about that. So ultimately we find out that he wasn't really feeling that he was in the right position. He separated from Jun when he was in the B squad. He eventually formed his own group, and then Kotaro and Fumika came, as well as an operator came to help him set up his own team. But what was cool is they didn't join him because there was a vacancy. They joined him because of him, and they thought he was cool way back when, in an interview when Boruto really began. Part of the motivation he has in this chapter is the fact that he's not been able to guide them to make the most out of the talents, and he feels that the analysis that the board team have of them is not truly effective of their abilities. So he believes the two people, Fumika and Kotaro, who's been already out now, are capable of A-class fighting, but he feels like he's holding them back. So he feels, although he's been cautious and he wants to work as a team, he constantly feels like he's been holding them back, and that's one of the reasons why he's so motivated to win. And you can see that because he creates the opportunity for Mika to go, and he tries to take on Yuma Kuga himself, which leads him to get stabbed in the chest. So that stabbing in the chest indicates that it's kind of like a life or death situation. He's kind of going all out. That's showing all his cards. He's going out on the shield. He's doing everything to create the most highest probability of success for his team. And the way he just pulled out the gun at the end, he goes, "Sorry mate, not today." Pow! So put some bullets through Yuga was interesting. Here's the thing that was interesting at the end of it though. It went through Yuma's side. So it could potentially be the case that he's heavily damaged, but maybe not necessarily taken out of the fight entirely. So it is quite possible that he is limited, or it could be that they're both out. We don't really know. I have to wait till the next chapter. But there was something very endearing about this chapter. When you look at it and you see the backstory of these people, there's gonna be a point where I honestly believe we're gonna see more from this guy. There has to be, knowing this. He's redeemed in a way being that he's not part of the Tomokoma group anyway, he's part of one of the other factions. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I think he's under the same faction as the other team. I'll find out. I don't know why I think of these things halfway through doing my reviews. I've done this a few times now. I'm actually just checking. WorldTriggerWikia.com. I'm always on it, reading up on stuff. I believe he's under. He's in the same area Tachikawa is in, so whatever that area is, basically, I guess. But in any case, so I found it very redeeming. I still do not like Kotori whatsoever, and I don't know how they're gonna redeem her. But bearing in mind that Tomokoma B is Tomokoma in general is a very small unit, having them come to Tomokoma side sometime in the future and joining that faction would be a really big feather in their cap. I honestly think having a character like that who has very true intentions, really positive intentions, selfless acts, are normally the type of characters that stick around and do positive things, and normally are fan favourites. So I'm hoping something really positive happens with him. I wasn't a big fan of him, Tomokoma B all the way, right? But I don't know. I just really resonated with me because he wasn't one to kind of go out to the media and be all positive. He was, he didn't know what to say. He may have been a bit shy. May have been a bit flustered. But he's doing what he needs to do for his team, and you can respect that, right? In any case, a brilliant ending to the chapter, a deeper meaning chapter for me. I really enjoyed it. I like these type of chapters. We get a bit of a result, we get some motivation, we get some backstory. I like to find out more about the characters involved in Border, and I'm sure we'll find out in time. So I hope you enjoyed the chapter. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comment section below what you enjoyed about my review, as well as your thoughts about the chapter. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate your contribution into growing my community. If you enjoy this, you've already subscribed, or you don't want to comment, definitely share it with your friends, because the bigger we get the community, the more subscribers, the more viewers, the more I can do this more full time. Because right now I'm doing this off my own back, spending my own money, trying to make something out of it. I'm still learning as I'm going along, cameras, lighting, editing. I'd greatly appreciate the support. Let's build something here. And you never know, if I can carry on, get some support, I can make this into a career and hopefully improve my quality. Any tips, let me know in the comment section below. But for till next time, peace.